So for those of you who don't know, Shaun and I actually met working on a ship. We worked for Disney Cruise Line. I was a performer.
I was a technician.
And we're really missing the ship a lot these days. Lately, they're not sailing right now still because of the pandemic. And I don't know, I really miss it.
Yeah, I'm missing it a lot too. It's been almost like 8 months, is it?
Yeah,
maybe a bit less than 8 months that we haven't been doing it.
Yeah.
So.
And it's really sad, and it doesn't look like it's opening up in the near future.
No.
So kind of in honor of that, or because of that, we thought that this week we would talk about some of our favorite adventures that we've had off board in the various ports that we saw because we worked on the ship. Number 4.
We did whale watching in Cabo with a company called Cabo Adventures. Super easy process. We got off the ship in the morning, went straight to their meeting point right on the pier. They loaded us onto a boat and off we went.
With our jobs on the ship, we actually had time to get off most of the time in port and had most of the day to do things before we had shows in the evening, which is super lucky. Not everyone who works on a cruise ship is that lucky. But because of that, we did have time to do a lot of different adventures.
We spent the vast majority of our time on the ship sailing around the Eastern and Western Caribbean, so like St. Martin, St. Thomas, Cozumel, Grand Cayman, Jamaica, San Juan, places like that really. Spent most of the time sailing around on the ships that we worked on.
That was on the Fantasy. However, on the Wonder, we did do a few others where we went to the other side after doing the Panama Canal crossing. Number 3 is actually in Playa del Carmen, and it is the theme park called Explore. It was super cool. So what we ended up doing was our ship actually docked in Cozumel. So we got up super early and we took the ferry to the mainland. Playa del Carmen, it's about 45 minutes. And then from there we took a cab, and from there we were at the theme park called Explore. It's really cool. It's all like things that you can do in these underground caves, and you can get different packages there depending on what you want to do. Because we didn't have loads of time, we ended up doing 2 activities. We did kind of like some like low-key rafting in the caves, which is super neat because like all around you is like the stalactites and the stalagmites. I think that's right. And we also did ATV. It's super cool. Number 2
comes all the way from St. Thomas. It's snuba. So basically snuba is just like scuba diving, apart from you don't carry the tank on your back. It's on like a dinghy on the surface, and you just got an air hose coming down to you. So you can only go, I think it's 20 feet, maximum 20 feet. So you don't need a certification or anything like that.
makes it more accessible.
It felt way more than 20 feet when we're going down there. When you're right at the bottom and you're looking up, it felt way more than 20 feet down. Really cool experience.
I just want to add, if you do end up going to Coral World, we didn't do this one, but there's this one where you can look like you're in like SpongeBob SquarePants, like the squirrel, where you have like the giant like bubble, like an astronaut. What's it called?
Oh, sea trekking.
Oh yeah, sea trekking.
Yeah.
So we didn't do this one, but it looked so funny.
I wondered where you were going with that one for a minute.
Yeah. So you know, like
sea
how
trekking.
in SpongeBob SquarePants, the squirrel, so that she can like breathe underwater, she has like that giant bobble on her head. It's the same thing, and that's how you breathe. And then you like, the one that we did, Snuba, you're swimming, but this one you're actually like walking, and you're all attached, and you're like on your feet in the water, but fully submerged.
They have motorized ones as well, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like an underwater scooter. I think they have them there as well.
Oh god, it's so clever.
So basically anything underwater, go to Coral World.
Skydiving! I actually had to do it alone because Shaun couldn't be there, but it was so much fun. We did it in Port Canaveral on a Saturday. So basically what we did is we got up super early and we had aimed to jump around 11. That was our appointed time. But the skies were super gray and super cloudy, so they had stopped all of our jumps, and we thought we were gonna have to reschedule, which would have been a nightmare because scheduling anything on the ship is like a huge pain. But around 1 o'clock, the clouds parted, the sky was blue, and we all went in. The really cool thing was we had paid to jump from 15,000 feet because it was so much cheaper, but they also offered 18,000 feet, and the pilot got confused and only realized that we were 15,000 by the time he was at like 17, so he just went all the way, and so we got to jump from that extra height for free, which was amazing. The actual falling part actually just feels like you're floating, and then once you pull the parachute, that part was actually my least favorite because it I get car motion sickness, and it just kind of had that same sensation. But what was really neat and special about it was that NASA at the Kennedy Center were launching a rocket, and so as we were landing and flying down and sailing with our parachutes, we could actually see a beautiful view from above of the rocket, which was super cool, and then it launched the next day. So yeah, that was number 1.
So that concludes our top 4 things for the Caribbean on the ship. Thanks everybody who's been watching and subscribed. If you haven't already,
subscribe. Next week we have a bit of a change of scenery. We're really excited. So please tune in again, and we'll take you with us.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye guys.